Spa. All right, Spa. We're doing EES this week because that's where the endurance race is, and I'm kind of alternating back and forth to do that. I think with Christmas I'm actually not going to be able to do it myself, but we're setting up to do it. I think that this will be a little bit better participation wise for ESS. Last week was at Hockenheim in the dark, and I think that kind of scared some people off. Spa is a really popular track, so I'm thinking participation will go up a little bit. We'll see. But I was able to get a 2:00:926 after doing all the recording and everything, and realizing I didn't record the actual lap part of it. I had all the surrounding materials. Anyway, so that's to say I got a couple more hundredths off the time there. And I do think the fast guys are going to be doing like 159s, 158s, probably. But I'm really happy with the time I was able to get here for you. And I think 201s, mid 201s, I can probably click off pretty steadily. And I think that'll be decent in the splits I'll be able to get. We'll see, obviously. But let's stop talking. We'll show you the lap, and then we'll talk about how we went through it. And then we'll come back.
Sector 2 time is good. That was 2:00.9 seconds. Sector 3 time is fast.
All right, take two of BMW at Spa, BMW Hybrid at Spa. Got ourselves a 2:00:926. I didn't record my previous best lap, so I had to get a better one. Let's go through and how we did it. Coming out of the final corner here. Just flat out for this section. And then our first braking point is gonna be right here where all this stuff ends. And we're gonna turn in pretty tight to this concrete barrier here. So brake hard, and then we're gonna let off, and we're gonna turn in, and then we're just gonna kind of, after we get past this, we're just gonna kind of coast for a split second, and then we're gonna bring our throttle back in smoothly so we can minimize the amount of traction control we're activating. I don't know if that's the speediest way, but it kind of throws me a little bit when it happens, so that's what I'm trying to do there. I think it's a little bit quicker. Anyway, now we're going through flat out for this whole section here. We're going to try and make sure our left wheels are kind of hitting this dirt part here, and our right wheels are kind of right on the edge here. And then we are going to turn right, come up here, and then we're gonna cut this one too. Again, we're just kind of keeping our wheels right on the line there as we come over here. I don't think you really, I think you can go over a little bit more, but I don't think you really want to chance it. I don't anyway. But now we're just gonna go and kind of try and wind it up as much as we can. We shifted right when the lights were changing there. All right, so our next braking point is going to be kind of where this curbing, a little bit past where this curbing starts here. So brake here pretty hard, and I goofed this up. I don't take as much curb here as I ought to. Use a little bit more of that. It's not a giant mistake, but this is one of the harder areas of the course for me. This is one of the areas I goof up. So we're just gonna kind of come up onto this curb again, like a little bit more, not a ton more, just a little bit more would be good. And then same thing with this curb. We're a little off because we didn't get as far over to the right, so we're just kind of hitting it a little bit there, but we would like to hit a little bit more. And we're just gonna gas it up, come over to the left as far as we can here, and then I lift a bit and get out of boost, I think, and then give her the beans on the way out. A lot of wheel, and then just flat out until we get to right here, and we're gonna brake here, and we're gonna come down pretty far on the gearing. Usually I try and aim for second. We're just slowing down a lot, but sometimes I'll miss the braking a little bit and have to come down into first, but we're just trailing down through here, and then at a certain point we're just going to bring the gas back in just a smidge, and then all the way, and then we're going to lift about halfway through here, and then we're going to kind of tap on the brakes just a little bit to get some turn in, and then on the gas I would hit the curb a little bit here. I would avoid it. And then we're just going to come on out. You can take a fair bit of that curb, but not too much. And then Kuan up here is another one of the areas where I struggle. Kind of like after looking at last time and then re-examining it for this time, I think I got a little bit better handle on it. I'm going to brake. I'm watching this discoloration here. I'm going to kind of brake at the end of it and just kind of give it a little bit of brake for a short period of time, and then we're going to turn in and then give her the beans and accelerate. We're just pretty much flat out. We're using as much. This is a clean lap, so that's about as far out as you can go here. So keeping the wheels right there. And we're gonna brake kind of my spot in my head is the beginning of this curbs, but we hit it a little bit early. Go pretty heavy, and then we're just gonna trail out and turn in a bit, kind of doing the same as we did up at Lacombe on these curbs here, not quite as aggressively. And then we're bringing after we hit the section here, we're just kind of feeding a little bit of throttle in. Then I need to do this in slow-mo because I can't talk as fast as we're doing things. So yeah, and then we're just gonna throttle it up kind of as grip as available, and then we're gonna lift off, and it's just a little bit to get the bite to turn in, and then we're gonna be back on the throttle and full throttle here. as we get the grip back. You can come out a little bit wider there. We could have our inside tires here. That's a mistake that I made on this lap, but then we're just gonna brake kind of as we approach this, or the beginning of this different colored on the edge there, and brake. Just trail it off slowly. Just want that diagonal down, and then we're gonna bring the gas back in a little bit, and then we're just gonna slowly feed it in, and then we're gonna come out onto the left here. We can use all this, and then we're just shifting up. Then it's gonna be flat out for until we get to the bus stop. So for Blanchimont, you don't really have to do anything special. Just want to go from outside to inside to outside, like that. And then next spot, there's a white line that I've kind of used. You probably brake later because this is kind of my other cars, and this thing has better brakes. But like right here, this white line is kind of where my thought process is. So like my thought process is I want to be braking here, but then like I start right here. If that makes sense. And something happened on Discord. So yeah, we're really heavy in the brakes here. We're just coming down all the way to first very slowly. Get all the way down to second pretty quickly, and then slowly come on to first is how we do the gearing. We're just trailing it off again, making that nice downward angle, and gonna feed in the gas a little bit, that off a little bit just to get our turn in, and then we're gonna start slowly feeding it back in again, trying to avoid really kicking that traction control off. We get a little bit, but not too bad. And maybe that's the wrong way to do it. I'm not quite sure, but that's just the method that I'm taking as I'm trying to learn things here. But that got us a 2:00:926. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with that. Just the methods through with which I ended up doing this, having to do it twice. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get 201s in that ballpark throughout the race pace. Maybe a few to like just below 201s, because like our time basically is a 201 here. But I think that'll be decent for the races. I'm looking forward to them. Spa's a fun track. I know that there's a lot of people out there that spend a lot more time on Spa and are way better at it than me, but I think, like I said, we'll do decently here. And I'm hoping the participation is there to let us do some races here. I'll be doing some IMSA races as well, and if you want to watch along with doing that, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman. See that transition was pretty smooth there. If you're liking the track guides and everything, hit the subscribe button. It does help out. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down, and we'll see you next time.